The Egg Quality Diet. I wrote it because I think I see what's missing for many, many, many women over and over and over again. It seems like it's the same conversation that I have. And this is not to be judgmental. It's just I see a consistent pattern. And that's why I went and wrote this book. Is women will come to me and they say, I've read your book. I've been following you. I'm doing all the things. I'm following the diet from Yes, You Can Get Pregnant or from Body Belief. And guess what? Nope, not getting pregnant. Nope, my fertility numbers haven't changed. My my yield hasn't changed. If they're doing IVF, I'm still not getting any normals. Okay, and then if they decide to coach with me or one of my associates, or see one of me or one of my associates in one of the clinics, or they do the hot seat with me and I get to learn more about their case, the consistent thing I see is they are not following the diet exactly as it's laid out. What I see that's missing for many, many, many women on this journey is they're just not getting clear information. And so they're overwhelmed and they're not quite hitting all the marks. And they'll see it when they work with me. It's like I go through a food diary and I'm like, you had 2 vegetables today. You need to have 6 to 8 servings of vegetables today. You only had 34 grams of protein today. You need to hit about 80 grams of protein. If you hit 80 grams of protein, you will hit the amount of fat that you need and the protein from the sources that I recommend. You're eating too much fruit. You're eating too many processed packaged gluten-free foods. Maybe you're eating too many nuts. Maybe you're eating too many beans. Maybe nightshade vegetables are aggravating your system. So what I see over and over again is that there is commitment to following the diet, but there is, I think, overwhelm in all the information. And so it's easy to miss things. And when I get my hands on my clients and figure out exactly what they're missing, the puzzle starts to come together, right? We start to see what we call in this book the kinks in your fertility questionnaire, which you're going to fill out every week as you go through the 15 weeks of this diet. Now, the end of this 15 weeks, there's no guarantee that there's going to be a baby in your arms. I wish I could guarantee that. I can't, but I can guarantee that you're going to see a lot of your inflammatory symptoms go away. And look at all these inflammatory symptoms. And when those inflammatory symptoms go away, you know what it tells me? It tells me a few things. It tells me that your gut lining is healing, that you're absorbing your nutrition, that you are no longer micronutrient deficient. When you are micronutrient deficient, you are not getting everything you need to make a healthy child. And that comes from the gut, from gut dysbiosis. So you do an elimination diet to heal the gut. What I see is women will say to me, I cut out gluten, I cut out dairy, nothing changed. So I just went right back. You probably didn't give it enough time. I've seen women, I do paleo. I'm autoimmune paleo. Then I look at their diet. They eat beans, they eat nuts. Autoimmune paleo, there's no beans, there's no nuts. They eat white potatoes. No white potatoes. That's a nightshade vegetable. It's a highly inflammatory food. So we cut all of those things out, and for really good reason. So gluten, dairy, soy, I think are obvious. I talk about those in all of my books. But what is also really important to cut out is legumes, nightshade vegetables, grains, pseudo grains, processed vegetable oils, nuts and seeds, egg whites, coffee and alcohol. Take a deep breath. That's a lot of things to eliminate, and I agree. It's a little inflammatory is what I was going to say. It's a little overwhelming to eliminate all of those things, but what I can promise you is then we get to try and reintroduce, and we get to see how we feel. And by the time you reintroduce, which is about 7-8 weeks in, you start reintroducing all the different things. You are going to see whether or not your kinks start to flare up. And if they do, that is a sign that that food is inflammatory for you. So there's little things. Like I had a woman one day who she couldn't have had a cleaner diet. I was her 7th acupuncturist. She's worked with all these functional medicine doctors. She'd done elimination diets. She had done food allergy testing. She came to me, still not getting pregnant, not getting any embryos that made it to blastocyst, let alone testing. Still had migraines, still had joint pain, still had brain fog, still had loose bowel movements. When you saw her diet, you would have been blown away at how crystal clean this woman was eating, but she was still eating these green lentils and a ton of nuts. So I had to point out to her, that's actually not autoimmune paleo. Autoimmune paleo, you take out nuts and you take out beans, at least for a time being. Oh, but they're soaked and they're sprouted, which is great. And some people can tolerate those. Her body could not. I took out the lentils. Her symptoms went away within 3 months of taking out the lentils. Now, mind you, she had done 20 some odd fertility treatments at this point. No successful, never been pregnant in her life. She's now 8 years older in this process. She's crushed by the process. We also did a lot of mental, emotional work, which is not to be overlooked in this process because what you guys have gone through is significant trauma. And I honor that and I support you in that. And I would never, ever downplay the emotional piece. But right now we're talking about diet. Within about 3 or 4 months of no lentils, she got a positive pregnancy test at home after an IVF was canceled because they didn't see enough follicles to retrieve. Healthy baby boy at the age she was turned 43 right after he was born. That was just one case, and it's right on top of my mind because my assistant had just messaged me about a case like that. Because sometimes, I'm not going to lie, I feel a little defeated for you guys because I see you guys and you come to me. I almost feel like I'm going to get emotional. And you come to me and you are doing all the things and you have done all the research and you have looked under every rock and it is still not working. And believe me, I feel your pain and I feel your frustration and I want to bang my head against the wall sometimes because I don't quite get it. The only answer I have that keeps me going and keeps me sane is that I know your physical symptoms have shifted. I know your body is healing and some guts, GUTS, take years to heal and some take 6 months to heal. And that's the only answer I have is that you could be doing all the things and Susie needs 2 years on the diet and, Melissa needs 6 months. And I don't fucking know why. I just don't know why, because there's really no test for us to say how long gut dysbiosis has been around for. All I can tell you is the signs of inflammation, which are in this questionnaire, which are super duper common and everybody just lives with them. Like, oh yeah, I can't really lose weight, or oh, I have some brain fog, or oh yeah, my nails peel and chip all the time, or oh yeah, I get this insane cramping with ovulation, or I get diarrhea with my period, or I have acne with my, ovulation and my menstrual cycle, or I get headaches every time, and I have joint pain, and I have migraines, and I have seasonal allergies. Those are all symptoms to me that something is not right in your body. And what I hope to do with stuff like this is guide you back home to your body so you can figure out what it needs to be nourished, to be supported, to thrive, and to feel safe so that you can go on and make this baby. I know all the data and I know all the research and I push it in your face and I really believe in it and I really, really, really believe in your bodies and I really believe that if you have the right tools and you support it the right way, that you can do this. I really do believe that. I believe your body knows exactly what to do. It's just asking for the right support. There isn't one magic bullet, but what I will say is I have figured out that an elimination diet gets you the closest to that magic bullet. And for some girls, it is the magic bullet when they have all the other things in place. I think the other magic bullet is surrender. And if I had a pill for that, I would 100% be giving it away for free wherever I could. Surrender is also another really important piece. And by surrender, I mean trust. You're not giving up, you're trusting. You're trusting in the guidance that surrounds you. You're trusting. You're using your. I talk about this a lot with this book. It's like I want you to come at this with curiosity, with those like eyes of discovery. I am in this to discover more about my body. I'm in this to learn more about my body, to figure out how to best support my body so it can work as optimally as it needs to make this baby. But it's not all just for baby. It's for you learning about you. It's really about you coming home, living in your body, understanding the ins and outs of what you do and how you do it, how you treat your body. This is about nourishment. This is about love. So, what are you missing? We don't know. Because have you ever really done a full-blown elimination diet for 30, 60, 100 days? And then have you stuck to it? But I do think that in this world of a lot of information now, it's hard to know who to trust and it's easy to get overwhelmed. And so for me, what's missing, I think for some of you guys is not commitment, not knowledge. You need a menu for 15 weeks. You need meal plans. You need a mantra. You need some motivation. You need a resources page. You need someone to come to me. I love you. I support you. I believe in your body. You are not broken. I think we just need to come back home, really be honest with ourselves, and tune into what our body truly needs.